Natasha, I'm the marketing manager here at YouthNet. As we're an online charity, online marketing, online advertising is a huge part of what we do. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. But we also do a whole lot of other things which you can see on the table: the leaflets, the e-newsletters, we attend events, we submit award applications, and all that sort of traditional marketing things as well. So if you do want any of our materials, please come see me afterwards. You can take away the stuff on the table as well. The idea for tonight, the theme, our spaces, their spaces, engaging with young people online, came from a measurement camp I went to last month or so, where I got talking to somebody from a digital agency who said that they'd been given a task by a client to come up with a website where people would go and discuss celebrity gossip. And this was for a major new food and beverage brand. And so they'd built this website for the food and beverage brand, and they were kind of seeding it with discussions and things like that. And no people were coming. And they were going, why is this happening? We've got this website. And I was just sitting there thinking, well, with all the blogs and the websites and the social networks that already exist on this topic, is there any wonder you're having traffic issues? So basically, even for us in not-for-profits, a huge decision sometimes that we need to make is whether or not we engage with young people on our own websites, or whether we go into spaces which are already established online. And since Jim and Patrick have really kind of talked about things that we're doing in-house on the site.org, the LPO advisors asked the site, I'm going to talk today about some of the learnings we've had from going into other people's spaces and engaging with young people there. So, I'm going to keep this short, just a couple of slides, and then open it up to questions from all of us at the end. So kind of one of the things we've found useful from a marketing point of view is not just thinking about our users in terms of demographics, but also kind of in terms of the way they first engage with our organisation. So kind of how they're behaving online when they first hear about our services. So one of these groups, to make it really simple, is we're reaching out to young people who are already seeking help. So that's young people who are wanting the information that we're offering via Do It. They're wanting to volunteer, they're wanting to find information about sex and relationships, or health and wellbeing, or self-harm, or any of the topics we cover on the site.org, or they're wanting to find out about work and study issues and therefore need the information on life tracks. So there's a couple of ways that we would reach out to those people. The first, of course, is kind of your traditional search engine optimization, so link building, keywords, and so on, all the search engine strategies to make sure that we have a fairly high organic search engine rank. Then search engine marketing, Google AdWords, and if anyone hasn't heard about the Google Grants program, that's been a really useful thing for us. So we are again reaching out to young people and kind of looking for themes which young people might respond to. So how do we know that those people who click on those Google ads are 16 to 25? Well, the honest answer is that we don't know that they are 16 to 25. However, by kind of creating ads around themes that they might be looking for, so jobs for under 18s, GCSE results, A-level passes and things like that, we've found that a lot of people who come through and then use our services, ask questions on Ask the Site or need an answer service on LifeTrack are within the age range of our services. We've also just started using Bing, and Ollie and the marketing team has been working on just experimenting with some ads on Bing, and they do seem to have user demographic targeting, but only in the 18 to 24, above 18 sort of region, so that's something we'll be looking at further. The other way that we've been reaching out to people seeking help is by becoming a knowledge partner on Yahoo Answers. And so basically we've got Yahoo have a knowledge partner program, and there's about 10 or so knowledge partners on there. The site.org is answering questions in the family and relationships section of Yahoo Answers. So what we do there is not only get our brand out in front of the 7 million unique users a month who use Yahoo Answers, we also get links back to our website, which again helps with search engine rankings, and we also raise awareness of our Ask the Site service. And we take that service to a whole new group of users who may never experience it on the site.org, where it also runs, and where we also have the peer advisors answering questions which Patrick spoke about. Again, there's disadvantages to this. We don't know as much about these users that we're answering questions from as we do about the people who are on the site.org. We don't have their demographic data, we don't know where they're located, but we can make our best guess. We can answer questions for people who have listed themselves as being in the UK. Look in the questions themselves and see kind of their vague age group, what they're talking about in terms of whether they're at school or college or university, that sort of thing. So when we come to choose which questions we answer, that's a way that we can take our service out beyond what we currently do. And it's something I probably would recommend organisations doing if you don't need to become a official knowledge partner, but you can go onto that service and see if it's the one that works for you. As you can see, we're not always the best answer. We've got 66% of best answers there. That's voted on by the Yahoo community. So if you go into any online community, if you go into anywhere new space, there's the rules of that community. There's the unwritten rules of the community, there's the social norms, there's friendships that have already been established. And so you might vote for your friend's answer to the best answer, not the one that perhaps might be logically the best answer. And that's something you kind of have to accept when you go into other people's spaces, is that they will have their own rules and they will respond to you according to that. And so sometimes you can't control it. And again, that's what Jim has said about loss of control when you open yourself up to this sort of thing. So another group of young people, the young people who kind of want or need the services we provide but aren't so engaged at this stage, aren't looking for the help, but are out in social networks, on websites and all that sort of thing, and they are carrying out their day-to-day business, whether that's chatting with friends or making event plans or whatever they're doing online. And it's about going into those spaces and almost interrupting them with our message. So I've got up here a couple of our social media spaces for live tracks. We've also done things like viral games. For example, for the financial section on the site.org last year, we made a viral game called Turf War, where young people needed to come to the site to pick up codes to help them succeed in the game. So it's a way of kind of reaching out to people who are very disengaged, just playing on the gaming sites and then giving them financial information and a reason to come back to the site, raising that awareness in case they need it in the future, even if they don't need it now. What's really worked though in terms of this live tracks information is making yourself useful in these spaces. So making sure that the content you upload, making sure that the profiles that you have are really quite interesting, engaging and useful, frequently updated, just are places which just mean something to young people. So, for example, with the Live Tracks YouTube channel, for example, they can subscribe and receive latest content on the latest video content on YouTube, as well as on the Live Tracks website. With the Live Tracks fan page on Facebook, for example, we posted this question up: what's your top job tip? And we got 11 comments straight back from young people giving their top job tip comments. So I guess what's important is that some of these young people may never come to our websites, and I think one thing you have to remember when you go out on social media is that you're not just doing a traffic driving exercise, you're not just kind of trying to get people to your websites, because some of them may never come, and some of them may be members of your websites already when they sign up to become a friend or a fan or follow you on Twitter or that sort of thing. But if they see a video that helps them on YouTube, or if they get a job tip that helps them on Facebook, well then you've helped them. And so it becomes a different way of looking at how you monitor your success as an organisation, not just relying on your traditional traffic stats, but also looking at how you are performing and how you're engaging with young people across your various channels that you're outreaching to. So that's basically it for me.